All right, Captain Chris, let's launch. Hitting dials now. Zippity smash, smash, smash. I didn't know the 101 went all the way to Pluto.
Welcome to the birth mega Pluto.
Oh no, that looks like a hike. I gotta turn around.
I can't wait to see all of our kisses over the moon, under the moon, and back.
It's cold, Diva, and
My
cold
nipples
is
are
Slade,
rock
the
hard.
house down. Wow, that's a monster.
Oh my god, so many planets. That alien is so hung.
When I cry, I feel like Oprah.
Transcoded.
Strap in, Diva. We're going rocketing.
Hello and welcome to One of Us.
Hello, hello, hello. My name is Finn Argus.
And I'm Chris Renfro.
And we are bottoms. No, we are best friends.
This is a story about two platonic lovers journeying throughout the universe to find recruits for their best friend force. And you're along for the ride.
It's an army of love. It's an army of love at its core, and we want to travel to the far reaches of the universe to find people that fit into our little best friend force so we can spread our little, droplets and giblets of love everywhere.
My giblets are dribbling. We're going to go to places like the Question Mark Galaxy,
Eagle Rock.
and even inside Mrs. Frizzle's asshole.
Yeah, I can't believe you just said that out loud.
Hey, and it all starts right here on our little rocket ship. Do you want to take a tour?
Yeah, shall we open the door for them?
Myrriah, open the doors.
Opening doors.
That was
This
actually...
is Myrriah, our commander of the ship.
They pretend to fly it, but I actually do it.
Hey Myrriah, how you been?
All the buttons they hit are fake.
So this is a quaint little space, as you can see. We're gonna walk in right here into our foyer, decorated with many posters of Panic at the Disco, Dua Lipa, and Dark Side Madonna.
None of which are artists that we listen to regularly, but we do worship them.
Oh, yeah. Blind worship is a steeple of our friendship.
Yeah. And to the right, you can see all the pans that I refuse to wash after I cook my eggs, etc.
It smells bad.
And that's my fault.
I use the garbage disposal as a toilet.
Yeah, and it's fun for me to watch, too. That's actually one of the main ways that Chris and I bond as friends.
I mean, in real life, how many times have I watched you poop?
Well, I don't know if the world knows this, but I spend probably 50% of my life in the bathroom. Born with IBS, babe. It's a journey.
I know you would think that you had like a regular, I would call it a regular dietary tract, but actually it's like really bad.
No, it's really bad. It actually affects my life in severe ways, but
Yep,
I'm used to it now. And I only notice when people are like, I come back from the bathroom and people are like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, no, I just became a queen in Narnia. It's all good."
I mean, legitimately, I have timed you a couple times.
Wait, what?
27 minutes right now is the running record.
You've actually timed me in the
Yeah, just for my own fun's sake.
No!
I was like, I'll never tell her. Like, why does she need to know?
I feel so vulnerable right now.
Yeah, sorry, Diva.
No, and now the world knows that. Now our millions of listeners know that. No.
Oops. Welcome to the bedroom. We have one really big California king-size bed.
Yeah, which I sleep on, and Chris sleeps on the floor. Sorry about that.
She won't let me on there anymore after the incident.
No, and they growl. They growl away all night long, and I say, "No, Chris, no."
And yet I don't realize I do that. I'm a night growler.
Mm-hmm. Famously a night growler. Actually, can we talk about your snoring for a second? Since you exposed
Shut
my
up.
you
Shut
exposed my
up.
27 minutes in the bathroom, so I'm going to talk about your snoring. And when we first met, we would spend the night together in my apartment, and truly from rooms over, I was like, is there a chainsaw in my house right now? Like, am I about to get slasher style murdered right now?
I used to my bedroom in the house that I grew up in. My bedroom is directly beside my parents' bedroom, and they're both insane snorers. So much so that they would wake me up with it. And it's the little stuff that adds up, and I can absolutely attribute that to our sullied relationship. Taking sleep away from someone is not going to put them in the best mood.
Oh my gosh, wait, this is actually a sore subject. Well, I'll say right now on pod, for the record, your snoring doesn't affect me in that way.
Oh, okay. Cool. That's good to know. I was feeling vulnerable for a second.
No, I don't mind.
But as long as we're talking about sleeping, remember that time that we were in San Francisco for the premiere of your movie, and you woke up absolutely screaming?
No,
just
I
at
don't.
the top of your lungs.
I can't remember that, but babe, the thing is, happens all the time. Happens all the time.
Fully terrifying to wake up to a woman screaming at the top of her lungs in a foreign bed in a different city.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, that's how you disorient someone.
Sure. Yeah. And you see how your family has the snoring situation. My family has the night terror situation. So that was just something
Do
I grew
all of
up
you
with.
get it?
Not all of us, but like a good half of my immediate family. I would wake up to the sound of pounding footsteps and screaming in my house, and it would be full like sleepwalking. It was wild, but kind of exhilarating at the same time.
I mean, as a kid, you're like, ooh, something different's happening.
Yeah. And then I saw that and I was like, wait, that was kind of cute. I want to try that. And so I started having night terrors.
Aw.
Yeah, I'm just cute like that.
Ooh, welcome to the control room.
Ooh, look at all these buttons. I have no idea what they do, but I'll tell you what, I press them like my life depends on it.
Well, when they make noise like that...
Ooh, oh, that's nice.
Touch... Ooh.
That one zapped me. Okay. Oh, there are exposed wires. We should probably take care of that.
I don't know anything about wires.
I told you so.
Well, I can tell you what, when you touch them, it hurts.
Huh. Novel concept, I would say.
That reminds me of when I was younger and I would just grab horse fences for fun, like electric horse fences, and hold hands with my friends so it would electrocute all of us at once.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, that wasn't something we all did? Yeah.
What do you to understand how the electrical impulse would travel through your bodies? How dangerous is that? How strong are these fences?
They're not it's not dangerous. Well, honestly, I don't know. I was a kid and
they're for horses.
I have not done research. Okay, so they're not supposed to injure you. They're not supposed to wound you. It's just supposed to be a shock, a little deterrent from going over or through the fence. I think that they are. I don't think that people should use them. I'm not about that. But as a consenting person with an adventurous spirit, I did fully put my hand around an electric horse fence, and it was a rush.
God.
To quote Troye Sivan, I feel the rush addicted to your touch.
Okay, solid one.
Yeah.
Were you doing this with that kid who shot you in the face?
Oh, no, no, but you're really exposing my track record. No, that was something that happened in the comfort of my own bedroom. Is I got shot directly in the mouth with an airsoft gun and lost my tooth. So I have 2 fake front teeth. All the better
okay, so
avoid
all your
carrots
friends were
with.
wild.
Yeah. Actually, that when I was grabbing the electric horse fence, that was when I was on mission trips when I was a kid. I would go on mission trips.
Sometimes religion sounds pop off.
It was, it was a fun day. Our job was literally just to collect apples all day. I don't know why, but we were climbing trees and we were collecting apples, and it was on a farm and there was a horse fence, and we were like, y'all, should we touch it? And this was actually in Louisiana too.
Oh, which we're going to in a little bit.
Yeah.
Well,
wait, I mean, we're in the control room. Should we just blast off?
Myrriah, engage control systems. We're taking our first trip, baby.
Okay, destination New Orleans. Shut the window! Chris, shut the window! Oh.
I can't reach it with my feet.
I got it.
The year? Circa 2021.
It was the night we first met.
Location? French Quarter. The music's blaring, the streets are full. The night? Halloween. I'm dressed up as Bowser and you're dressed up as Princess Peach.
I remember being in my bathroom doing my makeup with our friend Jesse James Keitel. We were both in New Orleans. We were filming a reimagining of Queer as Folk. She was making me look all cute and beautiful, and I was this sort of punk version of Princess Peach. And it was a cast Halloween party.
And I was just picked up by our friend Johnny Sibley. My flight was delayed by a day. And so I was just barely going to make it to our Halloween party on time. So he met me at my hotel, gave me a costume. And I really use the word costume loosely in this
Costume
case.
is a strong word. It was a jacket.
Yeah. But it was incredibly sweet, especially given that was the first time that we'd ever spoken to each other.
Yeah.
And he brought me straight to your house in the downtown French Quarter. And we had the freaking time of our lives that night. I mean, not necessarily together because we didn't talk all night.
Oh, no. I remember actually, I don't remember this as well as you do because you bring it up to people a lot. But apparently I was like so standoffish and rude to you when we first met.
Yeah, you wouldn't look me in the eye.
I don't know what that is. And the thing is, I do that all the time. And it's truly...
Didn't even say hi to me. Everyone said, hi, Chris. So happy to have you here. We've been here for a week. I'm sorry it took you so long to get here. We're excited. And Finn just gave me a head nod.
Did I really?
In their own house.
Is that serious?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, completely. The only thing that we spoke to each other the entire night, I think, was like we were walking into one of the bars and I was trying to think of anything to like engage with you. And I was like, hey, you're non-binary also, right? And you're like, yeah, I think I saw that on your profile.
And
then we didn't speak for 2 more weeks.
Is that real? You know what it was?
That's 100% real.
You know what it was, though, is 2 things. I had never become close with another person that was non-binary, and I was truly so nervous about messing up pronouns, like straight up. And
I mean, me too.
Yeah,
but
especially in that environment, I'm like, okay, if I misgender them, they are not going to talk to me for the rest of my life. So, and it's so funny because like I had fully been using they them pronouns for however long, I don't even know, but still, I didn't know many other people who only use they them pronouns. So I was a little.
And then
in my
suddenly
head.
there were 3 of us, soon to be 4.
Yeah, there were like 17 non-binaries, and they were all hot. Which, by the way, you are, and you showed up hot, non-binary in a big fluffy brown jacket, and I was like, "Hi, hey, well, happy Halloween." I was nervous because especially I had gotten there before everyone else, and I'd kind of
Yeah, it's your apartment.
well, I meant New Orleans. Meant New Orleans, and I had kind of gotten into I am such a routine girl, so I had gotten to my routine of like, and I was going through a lot at the time, to be honest, and you know this, and everyone who worked on that show knows this. It was a tough time for me, and so it was hard for me to socialize. But the truth is, I really wanted to be your friend, and I just didn't know how to like be a social butterfly at that exact moment in time.
Well, I'm glad that we're finally becoming friends now through the artifice of a pod.
Yeah, several years later, I finally
one day
reached
we
out.
become close.
I finally slid into your DMs. I was like, "Hey, should we hang out sometime? And should it be on a rocket ship?" Actually, you know what first?
Go ahead.
You know what first endeared me to you, though? Not first, but like the time where I was like, "Oh, we're gonna be friends." Is after we had this whole party night, we were dancing, we were all in costume, taking photos together. It was so cute. It was so fun. I finally felt a little more relaxed, and we were standing outside a diner, and it had to be like 3 a.m. or something. It was so...
I know what you're talking about.
It was so late. Yeah, you know what I'm going to say. And I don't know why it came up, but we started talking about poop stories.
Yeah.
And Chris, you came in so hard with your poop story, and I don't even remember the details about it, but it was something about like just like coming through the vents or something. Is that right?
Yeah, I was on a trip through Europe in 2018, I think, with one of my best friends at the time and like a bunch of he was just like such a like people person. So he would take these yearly trips places, and he would just bring like a person from each group that he was like in favor with at the time. And he was like, just trust me, you're going to get along with everyone. And he was correct. I loved him. Danny, rest in peace. But I was in charge of booking our stay for, I think, like 8 or 9 of us. And I didn't have like a ton of money back then. And when you're in that mindset, you're like, oh, other people probably don't either. So I booked us this place where we would have to all be in like bunk beds and stuff. And Danny was like not about that at all. So they spent a night there before I met up, and Danny called me immediately. He was like, I love you. I can't believe what you've done to us though. I'm going to book us something else. So he did, and he got this incredible place. So we were 2 to a room, but we each had our own beds, and each room had their own bathroom. It was like we were the first people staying in this place. We're in Madrid. And we couldn't believe that we could get this deal, and it was cheaper than the shit place that I got. And we're like, what's the catch? Anyway, so we go out that night, and we have a great time. It's World Pride. So like the streets are full of partying, and you're like walking down the streets, hearing people speak all kinds of languages, and it was beautiful. And so we get back to our apartment. It's probably like 4 or 5 in the morning. We're like, let's get a couple hours of sleep and do this again tomorrow. Little did we know, a couple hours was literal, because around 7 a.m., a jackhammer starts going off in the building next to us. What they neglected to tell us when we booked the space is that it was completely under construction. We were the one and only space that they had finished,
You're
but they were
kidding.
still in the middle of construction. And the story that I tell is that they hit a pipe, and that pipe made the sewage back up, and so it caused all of the toilets upstairs to flow in reverse, and so it started gushing out, I mean, hundreds of gallons of poop water into this new building. Someone in our group woke us up screaming, and by then we were already in like an inch of water, and so we're like all just like, we're so hungover, we're so tired, but we're trying to gather all of our stuff. All of my stuff is covered in this filthy sewage water, and we're like desperately trying to get downstairs away from this. And so as we get downstairs, it starts seeping through the walls, like it's gone through the floors, and it's like it's dripping on the walls, through the vents, and it gets so bad that it starts like water falling down the stairs too. And we're like, what the hell is going on? And we're trying to like talk to people, but none of us have like even passable Spanish, so we're like begging people in like this bastardized sign language, English, Spanish sort of thing. It was a natural disaster. It was horrific. But the secret, if you want to know, is that the guy that I was traveling with before we met up with the whole group, when we first got to that apartment, took a massive dump in our toilet. So massive that it clogged it up, but we didn't have time to unclog it before we went to the club. So he was like, just use the community one that was just like right outside of our room. And I was like, yeah, totally, that's fine. And what happened was, when we came back, we completely forgot about it, and he did it again.
I hate this story. This is so nasty. You know what? All the details were so fuzzy for me, but hearing this all again right now it's sending me. It's so nasty.
Oh my! It was a nightmare, and I I had been keeping a journal. And I didn't want to lose any of it, so I still have it. And there was no way to clean it because guess what? The journal was made of fabric.
Okay, well, that's kind of cute.
Yeah, I mean, it's covered in black mold. I'll show it to you sometime, but I'm scared to touch it.
That's terrifying and disgusting, and I can't believe you still have it. You should take photos. Take photos and burn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to send that one on its merry way. That is the story that endeared me to you. And I was like, you know what? I like this diva. I like this they, them, non-binary diva. I was in the heart of Louisiana, and I was like, you know what? This little stinker is the one.
Well, it took 2 more weeks for us to hang out. It took me asking you to take me skirt shopping.
Yeah, no, that was so cute.
But that was such a good day. And like the whole time we were like, okay, so like for context, like everyone in the cast was like, oh my gosh, we have 2 weeks until shooting. We have like so much time. Let's just all go on individual dates, just to like get to know each other. Like we should know, especially how intimate we're going to be. Like, let's just get a ground foundation here. And Finn and I independently were like, okay, they're going to be last on the list though. So we were like the last 2 people to hang out.
Well, yeah, because our characters didn't interact in the show even once. Like, and the one time
we had one scene that was cut.
Exactly, yeah. So we didn't really have the built-in incentive to like, become, like close with one another.
The it couple.
Yeah, exactly. Because everyone was sort of
which we became.
No, everyone had their sort of like TV, like written counterpart, and we were just so not that we were like, okay, well. I mean, but obviously you did ask me to go skirt shopping, which I thought, no, you said dress shopping. You said dress shopping.
Dress shopping, yeah.
Which I later found out just meant skirt shopping over the course of going.
Well, it turns out I don't like the way that dresses look on me, but I do love the way skirts look on me, which I didn't discover until that
point. And we had the best montage moment. It was like a 2000s rom-com. Like we were twirling in our skirts. We were doing quick cut outfit changes and having a freaking ball. And I would pay good money to see footage of us from that moment edited together in this sort of like rom-com Freaky Friday montage style. It was so cute. It is such a cherished memory for me.
I mean, it was so cute. Like we were having fun, but we also had like real conversations. Like we just like I think immediately felt comfortable around each other. And it didn't take long before like I don't think we've spent a day apart since then. Obviously, like we've worked in different cities, but like we're really good about FaceTiming each other or texting or calling. Like I really can't remember a day that we haven't gone talking since that day.
Yeah. It's if it's not like a good morning diva with some like absolutely ridiculous stream of text.
Good morning, my little gremlin munching on some oatmeal.
Over time, they just got more and more specific. Like, good morning, my Coolpix 995 camcorder from 2001 with the ability to videotape and take photos.
Good morning, my little Bill Gates doppelganger, who's a humanitarian entrepreneur working in southern Brazil.
Yeah. Well, see, that one doesn't work because it is true.
Yeah. This pod's about exposing your flaws.
No, wait, no, Chris, don't tell them I'm a Bill Gates doppelganger. No.
Sorry, the world knows now, Diva.
The world has to know. No, you're doing them a service. I actually appreciate you exposing me in that way. Someone had to, at the end of the day.
Like, what to you was our relationship has grown and evolved, and we've kind of like checked the box of like any and all things a relationship can be. To you, what was like the foundation of our relationship?
Well, it's actually like picking up from that day where we were having our montage moment. We right after that stopped at a Mediterranean restaurant, got some delicious food, and we really opened up to each other. Like it was a almost immediate moment of vulnerability, and not in a way that felt like smash and grab, like let's tell our deepest traumas in order to like build an intimate relationship for this like heavy show that we're a part of. It felt like, no, we're just two people that I feel compelled to, you know, open up a bit because we had so much fun and I felt safe with you. And he opened up to you probably before I'd even talked to anyone else about it. Just the fact that I was kind of having, you know, I was having a tough time. I was feeling a little unmoored in this new environment with new people. And, you know, that's the job of being an actor. You move to these random places with people you don't know, and you just work there for months at a time. So you're removed from your support system. And I was really feeling that, especially that day. And you were immediately just such a grounding force for me, which I really appreciate. And not even in like a silly haha way. I truly was like, oh my gosh, I feel like they really see me and I really see them. And I could see a true friendship blossoming from this. And I got really excited about it, like immediately.
Well, I loved you then and I love you now.
I love you so much.
And knowing you now, like I didn't have context of the before, Finn. Like knowing you now and like what your baseline is, like, yeah, you were really going through it. You know, it's easy to have that first I mean, we were there for 6 months, so it's like easy to say that like, oh, this is Finn, you know? And but I would have to rely on you kind of being like, no, like this is a version of me, one that I actually don't like, and I'm just like trying to hang on. And like seeing where you are now and after having known you for so long, well, not even that long really, but for so much longer, yeah, you were really in like a dark place for a myriad reason.
For so many reasons. But you know, I was still excited to meet all these like fantastic queer folks, and that's what really kept me going through it. Was I had all these you know, burgeoning relationships, and then specifically with you, I feel like we got close so fast. And after that day where we really opened up, I can't remember what was like the first thing we did. Like we started doing drag together. We started having little movie nights because it was all so fast paced. Like we were working so often and it was like hard work. So when we had time off, all I wanted to do was just go home and cuddle. And that, I feel like that was the basis of our relationship.
That is, yeah, because we immediately were like, well, we're both very touchy people.
You know what, though,
and so,
is actually, I feel like you really brought that out of me because I am a really affectionate person, but you were so just like, I don't know, it just felt open and safe, and we had a mutual interest in the Great British Baking Show.
The amount of hours that we sank into cuddling up on your couch on the corner sectional, bumping the AC as high as it could go, and like cuddling down in a fort of blankets until one of us would fall asleep on the other is innumerable.
Yeah. We made our way through so much Great British Baking Show, Drag Race, all the while eating buckets of frosting with graham crackers.
Yeah, which like I think I've had enough for my entire life.
Same. I have not had it since then.
No.
But we would eat that like every time we
would
hung
have
out.
that in Chinese takeout.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes.
Oh yeah. Denshin. Denxin.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's in the French Quarter. Someone look it up. It's worth it. It's perfect. It's beautiful. Don't change.
It was like a block away from where I was living. And I really treasure
that
those
also,
nights.
Okay. Yeah, that also like fostered our relationship because like although we lived in like a relatively small city, New Orleans, we lived walking distance from each other, which well, I guess Jesse and Devin did, and that's also why they got so close. It was just like, yeah, we would get home at 10 in the evening and we were like all amped up on energy and the free Red Bulls that my friend Christian gave me. That we would be like, well, we need another couple hours to decompress. So then they would go hang out and then we would hang out. And it was just like that every single night.
Yeah. And I can speak for myself. I think we've both talked about this a lot, but I started getting to a point where I was like, wait a second. Are we in love? You know?
Yes.
We're cuddling every night. And every single time I was like, are we gonna kiss? Like, what's happening right now?
It went on. We edged that for so long. We did eventually kiss.
Oh, and it was the cutest.
Do we talk about it?
Yes, let's talk about it.
Okay, so we're flashing forward to the week of my 30th birthday, which coincided with Mardi Gras. My friends flew into town. They stayed at my house, which was very graciously gifted to me by our co-star and producer Ryan O'Connell, because I was having so many housing issues. So they were staying in my house, and you're like, well, just stay at my house like you've basically been doing the last 5 months.
Truly, yeah.
So we, after, I don't know, a night out or whatever, we were walking through the French Quarter, to get our daily morning coffee.
Yes, from Spitfire, who I was friends with everyone who worked there, and there would always be music. Like, you had to do this short little walk. You'd walk past the square, and you'd hear the jazz music playing, see people reading fortunes and doing magic tricks.
It's so joyous.
It is so beautiful. I mean, I can't overstate how much I love the creative energy that permeates all of New Orleans. And
yeah, we were so lucky.
Yeah, and and you know how we would do the thing where we still do it sometimes, where to hold hands it would be like a lock and like a transformer arm.
Oh my god!
Do you remember? We would like slide our each other and then click into a hand holding mode.
Yeah, we would not walk down the street unless we were holding hands.
Truly, yeah, and we would skip our way to this coffee shop most mornings, and on this particular day, it was Mardi Gras. People were celebrating. Beads were being thrown this way and that. Everyone's got a smile on their face. They're giving hugs. It's like the most beautiful communal energy ever. Mardi Gras is really, it's a special time. And we turned down this alleyway where there's this pirate-themed bar and nothing else, and then just bubbles and bubbles and bubbles.
Like millions of bubbles, like just completely overtaking your field of vision. And like the sun is shining down directly upon us, and you could see the beams, the sun rays like just perfectly casting through this corridor. And
I felt
just
like
kind of like
I felt like Effelba. I felt like we just got encapsulated in a little bubble, and we started floating, and the sun was shining through in the most beautiful way, making these like angel slides and streaks of light. And I don't yet know how automatic it was. I think we looked at each other while we were holding hands, just like smiling and smiling. I was like, well,
yeah, I don't know who initiated it, but it felt simultaneous.
It felt pretty automatic. It was like, it wasn't even a thing where it's like, do we kiss now? It was like, oh, duh, we kiss now. Yeah. It was so comically like the cute moment in
it was
a
like, if
romance
not
movie.
Now, where the hell else?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I would like not to lessen the importance and significance of that moment, but it was so perfect that I would have kissed my dad.
Aw, that's sweet.
Kissing you was like kissing my dad.
You know, I actually get that a lot. It's the darndest thing. No, it was adorable. And I think from that moment on, we were like, there was a little bit of like, what are we? Which
yeah, I mean, it got confusing for a little bit. Like we then started exploring like more of like a relationship that was sort of like we would take turns being like, I'm into you, and then there were times that you were into me, and they never like, other than that week, I don't think they ever lined up.
Yeah, no, it was like this little pocket of time where I think what I was feeling was I was just so drawn to you because we got along and like really saw each other and supported each other and could communicate with one another about difficult things. I just felt so drawn to you that I was like, oh, well, you know, this must be what it is, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I felt the same way. It's like, well, I mean, these feelings only mean this thing, and so this thing must be this thing.
Yeah. And so we tried it out, you know? We tried it out, and turns out we are the best friends that ever were. And so,
Uh-huh.
thusly, we decided we need to spread this love. We need to spread the good message that best friends can love each other to the ends of the earth, to the ends of the universe, to little nooks and crannies of the world, to Pluto, to under the ground. And I don't know. You know what I'm saying.
And can we take a break here? I have to go pee.
Aye. Okay, I guess it's just us now. So how's your day going?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Hopefully they're quick. Quick pisser. Hi, Chris. You're back.
Hi. And what was the time on that?
That was a good 8-9 seconds. I didn't time, but I'm really good at counting.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I will say,
famously great at math.
If famously great at math, me. Famously great. You know what I'm great at is claiming that I'm great at math. But the reality,
you're really good at claiming stuff.
The reality is, you hosted a show, Gays versus Straights, the other day that I was a musical guest at, and also the scorekeeper. And I got one of the scores off by probably 900 points, and I still do not know how that happened.
Yeah, 900 is conservative. I would say nearly 2,100 points.
Anyway, how was your pee? I felt weird not being there to watch it, but I wanted to keep our guests company in the rocket ship. Don't want them to get lost.
I took a toilet picture for you. It's overflowing.
Oh, cool. Let me just check it. Oh, okay, Madrid 2.0.
Segment time, divas.
Chris, I got a question for you.
Yes, Finn?
What Kool-Aid are you drinking?
Oh, yeah.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. Right now, I am kind of wholly invested in my full body hives. That's kind of like the one thing that I'm obsessing over right now. I'm on day 4 of this like severe allergic reaction, and I've been going down many rabbit holes about hives and what they mean, what their causes are they life-threatening, am I in danger? And you know what's like been shocking to me? Like I went to urgent care yesterday, which you accompanied me to, of course. Thank you.
Of course.
Riley Westling drove me. Our little, who's really become our third at this point.
Yeah.
It's been...
We're going to have to bring Riley on the pod. We're going to have to bring Riley on because truly they are like, if we had a general in our best friend's force, it would be Riley Westling.
100%. Actually, that's gonna be the next one. It won't even be like a guest. He won't necessarily be a guest on the pod. I think it'll just be like he's a feature.
Yeah, he's an absolute feature. He's a fixture. We have him locked up in the rocket ship when we're not hanging out with him. So I don't know. If we listen closely, we might be able to hear him. Riley?
I know those screams. The screams of comfort.
Aw, miss you, babe.
But back to hives for a second. Turns out, doctors, scientists, no one really knows a lot about them. You know, they know how to help with the symptoms. I'm prescribed how many tabs? 155 tablets of pills over the next month. But as long as you're not going to anaphylactic shock, they're just like, hey, you could have this for like a couple of weeks or a couple months.
A couple months?
A couple months. Isn't that insane? You saw how bad they were. They're over 100% of my body.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, hives suit you, babe. You could serve in anything, but it sounds uncomfortable.
It's really bad. I share the wall with our friend Betsy Sidaro, and she had them for like 4 months once.
Oh no! Wait, how
Isn't
are you
that a
feeling
nightmare?
though? How is the medicine helping?
Okay, so much better than yesterday. I mean, yesterday
Whoosh.
was truly scary. Like my face was swelling up. I couldn't see out of my right eye. My vision was blurry. My lips were ballooning. But luckily, Steve Slaga, my roommate, detective that he is, narrowed it down to, and get this, an aromatic diffuser that he installed into our bathroom that I turns out, am severely allergic to.
Oh no.
Isn't it crazy that like humans are the apex predator, but a smell could kill you?
No, it constantly gags me how sensitive and fragile human bodies are. Really and truly. I mean, something as simple as, I'm allergic to the silliest things. I'm allergic to coconut, oranges, blueberries, all these things that are so like sweet and harmless feeling, but send me into an absolute tizzy if I consume. It's so funny how our bodies, like, we just choose the darndest things to react to, especially like allergies. What is going on? Like, body, calm down.
What is going on with allergies? Chill the fuck out. It's not that big a deal, Diva.
Oh my gosh, wait, you know what it is? Our bodies are having anxiety
What?
attacks. They have like social anxiety. They're like, wait, oh my gosh, blueberries? I don't know how to talk to blueberries. This is so awkward.
Oh God, they're so cute.
They're so
Oh God,
cute.
what if I screw this
I'm
up?
blushing. Like,
Oh.
should I just ask them out, or what do I do? What do I do? What do you like to do, Blueberry?
Quick, don't breathe. Maybe if we die, it'll be better. Okay, what Kool-Aid are you drinking right now?
Okay, here's the Kool-Aid that I'm drinking, and I've been drinking this Kool-Aid for a while, but it's become more and more relevant in my life. The Kool-Aid that I'm drinking is actually watering my houseplants.
Your plants look really good.
Thank you. Thank you. I've always had houseplants, for better or for worse, in sickness and in worse sickness, but now they're actually thriving, and I'm legitimately really proud of myself, because I have had plants and they've died, and there's only one plant that I have still that I've had for like years and years and years and years. And
Which one? The one that's in your bedroom corner under the watering can?
no, it's not that one, but it is the same type of plant. It's a pothos, and it's right by my air conditioner in my living room.
Oh yeah, Diva's doing good.
For the listeners, when I'm not in the rocket ship or traveling the universe, I live in a little cottage in Los Angeles, California, and it is absolutely riddled with plants. And I kiss them all and play music for them every day. And the wind chimes jingle in the distance, and I hear the wind rustle through the leaves with my open windows, and it's the best. I'm living my dream life, and I feel so lucky. And my plants
It
are
is
my babies.
such a cute place.
Oh.
Such a cute place.
It feels like home, actually. And I have lived alone for a few years now, 3.5 years maybe at this point, and it's been a process of learning how to take care of myself. Okay, I'll be honest. I'll be vulnerable. I've grown a lot over the past few years, and the way that I've seen that reflected in my living space is that my plants are happy and they're growing, and I'm propagating them. And I sort of have a green thumb. I don't mean to brag, but the color of my thumb, absolutely green. And not just because
It's
of where I put it
amazing.
earlier. So that's the Kool-Aid I've been drinking. I love my plants, and I actually recently, okay, wait, I'm going to add this as a little sub category to the Kool-Aid I'm drinking, is my other friend, my other non-binary friend, Chris Tabahara, came over.
We love Chris.
We love Chris.
We love Chris.
We love an NB Chris.
Did you see, wait, sorry to interrupt. Did you see their did you go to QT's the other night? Did you see their hair? The wig on top of a shaved head?
The wig
They looked incredible.
was incredible. I'm obsessed with Chris.
They look so good.
They're a style icon. They are a plant diva, and I love them. And they came over with this fancy device called a plant wave, which is a piece of technology that allows you to stick these like gluey pads onto the leaves of your plants, or you could put them on mushrooms or any sort of like living plant life, and then you can hear music generated by the electric waves within the plant. So
That's cool.
the plant isn't the instrument, but the plant is the instrumentalist, and you get to choose what sounds that their electric waves trigger. And I lost my mind. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever experienced. I genuinely cried playing my song Front Door, which is like this gorgeous love song. I don't even know if it's a love. It's just about the idea of home and feeling safe with someone. And I played that along with my plants, singing their like ethereal synth wave music. And truly one of my most treasured memories in this house.
That's beautiful. Did they let you keep it?
No, it is very expensive. So I added it to my birthday wish list, my wish list in general. Someday I will invest because I would truly spend every day hours and hours and hours playing music with my plants. And
pretty cool that they gave you one of the most treasured moments of your life and ripped it from your hands.
they're like, oh, you like that? Tough.
Okay, time for our next bit. 3 invasive questions.
That's sorry, I missed it.
It's okay. That means you're going to go first. I'm going to ask you 3 very invasive questions, and you're going to have to answer them on the fly. Did I think of them beforehand? No, but my brain is fast. Question number 1. What is your favorite thing about our relationship? Number 2, what is your least favorite thing about me? And number 3, if you could resurrect any bad person from history, who would it be and how would you justify it?
Oh no. Okay. First of all, what is the worst thing about the best thing about our relationship?
The best thing about our relationship, the worst thing about me, and who is the worst person in history that you would resurrect and you have to justify
Okay,
it.
yes. Okay, got it. The best thing about our relationship is all of the money I will inherit when you die because I married you for your money. And
you are literally the executor of my will.
the executor? The executor, the executor, right? I mean, it's not like I'm an English major or anything. Anyway, I will execute.
I'm not my lawyer.
I will execute. Trust, I will execute to get that inheritance. Number 2, what is the worst thing about you? The worst thing about you. Oh my God, this is like an impossible question. You can't see me, listeners, but I'm winking. This is an impossible question. I can't think of anything that's like the worst thing about you because I like everything about you besides that one thing that you do. So, I don't know. I hate the smell of vapes. I hate it. It makes me sick to my stomach. And
yeah, after you smoked so much vape that you threw up.
Yeah, I was trying to fit in. I was trying to be a cool girl. That was in New Orleans. It was like nasty.
You didn't throw up in New Orleans. You threw up in Chicago.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you threw up at the Christmas party with your friends.
Oh,
because everyone was drinking, and you were like, "Oh, instead of playing drinking games with you, I'm gonna hit the vape every time you make it into my beer pong cup."
My gosh, I remember that was at Devin's house. Maybe
the man who shot you in the face.
Yeah, we might have to the actual name, but that was Devin, my best friend from childhood, who shot me in the face with an airsoft gun. See, all my best friends leave their mark. With Devin, it was my fake teeth, and with you, it was profuse vomiting, projectile vomiting at a Christmas party.
Incredible. And now, who's the worst person in history that you would resurrect and justify it?
Okay. Okay. If I have to, and these are the rules, if I have to resurrect some bad guy, I'm gonna go with Henry VIII. And hear me out. I know he's bad because I know so much about him. Just kidding. I've literally only listened to the music from Six the Musical. But based on that information, I feel like I'd resurrect him and he'd immediately die because he'd be so gagged at the divorce rates in modern America.
He'd take one look at the Broadway musical and keel over.
He'd be like, oh my God, they know my secrets.
You're celebrating the women?
It's like, babe, you didn't need to behead them. You just needed to serve them papers. Grow up.
Okay, those are fantastic. Those are fantastic indeed.
Great. All right, well, I'm going to flip it on you. You got to answer my invasive questions.
Great, I love to flip. Go.
Okay. Number 1, what is the worst you've ever smelled? Number 2, what is the best I've ever smelled? And number 3, if you had to marry a bug, which bug would it be and why?
Incredibly invasive questions. Okay, what's the worst I've ever smelled? The second week into the pandemic, I shattered two of my teeth, my molars, and
Wait, we have that
turns
in
out
common. We're teeth shatteries.
we're teeth shatteries, yeah. And turns out that they had already been infected because I had cracked them in my sleep the year prior, and an infection had been building. And so the smell that came out of my mouth was truly rancid. It was vile. And again, Riley Westling came to my aid, bringing arnicaine to like soothe the pain. We were just talking about this the other day, but because we were so early in the pandemic and everyone was rightfully really scared about like interacting with people, I had to find a dentist who would operate on me. And I did, but he did it under the conditions that we had to do it that day because I was in danger. They were going to wear masks. Him and his wife was going to assist him. His wife was the person at like the front desk doing the clerical, and they could not get an anesthesiologist. So they did everything with only local anesthetics, which if you've had an infection before, you know that it does not work on the area. So I got two teeth pulled and I felt everything.
No. That is my worst fear. That is my worst fear.
I was crying the whole time, the worst pain I've ever been in, and the worst I've ever smelled for sure. What's the best that you ever smelled? I actually, funnily enough, I think about this. You were wearing a cologne pretty regularly when we were in New Orleans, and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was, but I crave it to this day.
Wait, no way. Are you talking about the Yvonne Lefleur scent?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. I love
Okay, wait, that's
it.
actually so funny. I got that perfume. I went to that store because that's where my mom got her wedding dress. And my mom and my grandma both wear that scent for like special occasions and stuff. So it was a really special moment and also a really gender affirming moment for me to like be wearing that scent around. So that makes me happy.
I love it. I think about it. And sometimes when I'm pooping or peeing in your bathroom, I'll be like, "Is it this one?"
No,
I'll take a little smell.
No, I actually don't know where my. I think I might have finished it. Finished my like vial of perfume. But I need to get another one. I miss that.
Yeah. And then, what bug would I marry? I would marry. What are those beetles called that have the big horn up top, but also the two pinchers?
Gotta be a dung beetle, right?
Yeah, I think it is a dung beetle. Dung beetle for 500. Let's see. I'm gonna Google it.
I truly have no idea, but that feels like the most you bug to marry.
And it is not a dung beetle. No, not a dung beetle. What kind of beetle is this?
I'm so embarrassed.
I don't know if we necessarily need
Rhinoceros beetle?
It's a rhinoceros beetle. Thank you, Myrriah.
Always listening.
Always.
There is something like so scary about them. There's something like very Pokemon about it. I think that there is a Pokemon fashioned after this, and it brings my childhood fantasy to life.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with Pokemon aside from the many episodes we watched together while we were on vacation. But it does sound Pokemon adjacent, and I could see you falling in love and getting married.
Aw, well, that makes fun of us.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Huh. And that was
three invasive questions.
Questions.
We were so close.
Questions.
We were so close. Okay, wait, hold on. Let's say the same word at the same time. Ready? One, two, three. Penguin.
Waterfall.
Okay, we're sort of close. We should try one more time.
Okay. Yeah, one more time.
One, two, three. Receptacle. Oh, dang it! We're getting warmer. We're getting warmer. Let's give up though.
Okay. Now time for our final little bit. Finn, would you please grab the best friend manual?
Oh my god, we really need to pull this thing out more often.
Yeah, it's covered in cocaine.
So, as you can hear here, This is our Best Friends Force manual, in which we write the laws of our universe.
We're going to write the first 2 commandments, and we'll ask our guests to finish the rest of the book for us, because we do not like to work.
Don't make me write a thing. I just want to talk all day. So, law number 1 is... Chris and Finn are in charge.
Easy. Makes sense. If it doesn't, you're not allowed to ask questions.
Yeah.
Get it? Got it? Good.
And, of course, there's always the potential of our thrones being usurped. Luckily, we don't have any enemies because we're just so sweet and lovable, and we're just spreading love around the universe. So how could anyone have beef with us?
No, and if anyone did, I think that we would mutually make it our life's mission to ruin them.
To take them down by any means necessary.
Even if they are trans.
Even if they are non-binary.
Yeah.
Not naming names.
I
Anyway.
love you.
I love you too.
Commandment number 2. Let's harken back to the base of our relationship.
Oh, you know what? I think I know what you're going to say.
Shall we say it together? Maybe we'll get this one.
1, 2,
2,
3.
3.
Straight lines, flat
sides.
In
Parentheses. Paul Hollywood is God. End parentheses.
Yep.
I think we got that one. I think that one is pretty good.
I really want to hear like an EDM remix of us saying that in sync.
Oh my God. Can someone please make an EDM mix of us saying that in sync for once?
For once? Seriously, I sound like a broken record now. Can someone please make an EDM remix of us saying that in sync?
God, please make it a fixed record.
Jeez Louise, you guys. Can't we just be number 1 on the Billboard charts for once?
Get Britney out of here.
Grow up. Get us a number 1. Grow up. Anyway, it is the truth. Paul Hollywood is God. I mean, have you seen those eyes? They bear
Have you
directly
seen
into...
those thick ham hands?
Yep. You know what he could do with those hands? Shake my hand because I made a good cupcake. You sicko. Get your mind out of the gutter.
I don't know what that sound was. Should we wrap up here?
Yeah, you know what?
I think it's time to travel.
I am so excited to go on adventures throughout the entire universe with you to find new best friends to add to our best friend force. I feel like we're off to a great start. I love you so much. You are my bestest friend, and I can't wait to blast off with y'all.
You're my favorite person in the world, and I'm so excited to have everyone here listening and joining in on our little journey here. Well, Finn, where are we off to first? Who's going to be our first little recruit?
I have a feeling it's going to be somewhere chilly. And probably with a diva.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Are you talking about Mammoth Mountain in a hot spring with Dylan Mulvaney?
Let's go, babe.
Follow along, everyone. Are you one of us? Myrriah, engage systems. We're going swimming.
If you are hungry for more One of Us, you can follow us at oneofus.pod.
One of Us is hosted and produced by us, Chris Renfro and Finn Argus.
It is also produced by Erica Getto and Myrriah Gossett.
Our theme song was co-produced by Finn Argus and actual rocket scientist Chamberlain-Simon, with sound design by Myrriah Gossett.
See you next week.
Yeah.